Hi everyone, it's Wendy. Welcome back to the channel. I thought it was time to do another one envelope wonder. So I have a number of my envelopes from the dollar store, and if you have envelopes that are junk mail, then by all means use those. And I'm going to try and do kind of a flipped slanted pocket. So I haven't done a prototype, so we'll see how it goes. I think what I want to do, I want to put my pattern, which is this paper, on its side, because when it's flipped, it will look obviously upside down if you use a paper that is, this is the up and this is the down. But if you put it on its side, this is what I'm thinking, I should be okay. So let's just get started with that and see how it comes along. Let's start with the music paper, and I have a bag here that I thought we could use as well. So we'll make a couple, and then we'll decorate them and put this together. So hi everybody, welcome. I'm starting to feel much better. Thank you for your well wishes, and thank you for your comments on the recent Etsy shares that I've done, and apologies for not having, in one instance, it was someone who didn't ship to the United States. I didn't know that. Having said that, it was still worthy of showing her wonderful things. But sometimes I have shopped several times when it's somebody who says they don't ship to Canada. And so in those instances, I will often just say, would you be willing to ship to Canada? And they often say yes. So do ask whenever you get that kind of a response. I don't want all that white there, so I'm going to just, or that light color there, so I'm just going to cut that off. And line this up. So this is a little bit, the envelope's a little bit taller than this, but that's okay. We'll just cut it off at, or maybe I'll piece that part. Yeah, I'll piece that part. Okay. So I'm just gonna put glue. I'm using my art glitter glue. You could absolutely use glue stick here for this. So anyway, I hope you guys are doing well. We're doing great. You'll probably see I've got dye on my fingers. So I was doing Easter eggs with the grandkids yesterday, dyeing Easter eggs. So, so my hands, I don't know, maybe it's not too bad. My fingernails are taking a beating. There's a little bit there. So what I want to do is just cover it front and back. And I'm sure there's different ways we could approach this, but this is just the way I'm gonna attempt it at this stage. And put some glue all the way up here. And I'm gonna wait to cut that bit of white at the top off until after I'm satisfied with how this is cut and where it's going to go, if that makes sense. I think it will as we go. So there we go. So both sides are covered. Excellent. And I'm just going to trim down here, being careful not to cut the envelope because that's going to cut our pocket. So there we are. So this is what I'm thinking. I'm thinking, and we'll pretend that that's covered, but I'm thinking that I want to just do an angle, and that the angle, this will form a pocket in the back, and then a pocket that can flip. And it doesn't matter the size. So I've created an angled pocket now here, and then this angled pocket would go on here and I put paper on it, and that's why I wanted this to go sideways. I think that works actually. So I'm going to cut a slit of this that we have left, or a sliver, and we'll put that on the bottom, or attempt to. It's a bit long. Oh well, let me see. Just cut that a little bit off. And there we go. So I'm just going to cut a little bit off here. You could use a different color paper or a different type of paper for this part as well, but since I have it, let's see about using it. Go. Okay. And these are scraps that I can use for something else. And I like these numbers, so I'm going to just glue this down here. So if your paper covered the whole thing, you wouldn't, of course, have to do this part. But I liked these numbers, so we're going to set that here, like that. Excellent. So I'm going to put fabric on this where I hinge it, so I'm not too worried about it being right to the end. But this is kind of cute with seeing the music going a couple of different ways. And then we'll decorate it. So that should be fun. So yeah, we had the kids over to decorate eggs, the grandkids, and Will's parents were babysitting one of Will's friends. And so Ozzy is his name. So Ozzy was here. It's so adorable to see these two-year-olds, how they are connected. It was just so sweet. Will was saying, Ozzy, I'm here. I'm here. That's how he says, come here. Ozzy, I'm here. So I'm just going to use a piece of this Jim Holtz fabric to make the hinge. You can use a paper for the hinge if you wanted. And I don't need it to be this wide. This is just a piece of scrap fabric that I had. Let's see if it's going to let me tear it. And it will. Perfect. So that's about just over 1 centimeter wide, I'd say. And we'll just cut it here. Like that. So I'm going to glue that just on the edge. And we will attach it on. So yeah, it was a lot of fun dyeing eggs. They were actually really good at it. Girls have done it before with me a few times. And actually Will did it with me last year as well. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. So I just put some glue on the back there. And we're just gonna flip that over like that. And so now we have a flipping double pocket to put in a journal. And you could even, because this back is done, you could even put a hinge here, put it in your journal so that this flips and then this flips out. And that's probably how I would stick it in, but isn't that cute? So I'm really happy with how that turned out. So now let's try it with this bag. Why not use a bag if you have it? So I have this nice decorative paper bag, and the pattern, of course, is going to be askew once we add this. So that's okay. Let me just put my scissors in here. All right, these little bits. And let's see, how is that? Is that going to go all the way? Oh, I think it's going to come real close, so that'll work. Let's just use it, even though it's up and down. I mean, we could do it this way. Should Should we be consistent and do it this way? Oh, let's be consistent. I got some glue goobers on the top of this. Otherwise, some of these are going to look upside down. But if they're sideways, not a problem. Okay. Paper off. And put my glue on. Did I say I think this is number 7? I think so. Okay, so I'm gonna put this on. This time that paper's quite light. I think it's about to there. So I'll put my glue on and we'll get going. So it's a really rainy day here. This is the morning. It's super dark, so I have my circle light on to give us a little bit more light, but yeah, it's just one of those kinds of days. So I apologize if I've given you lots of shadows, but can't be helped. I'm having fun with these envelope variations, and I've heard lots of lovely things from you. Thank you so much for watching and sharing your ideas as well. So yeah, I've been having a good time with it. Whoops, this bag doesn't want to fold. So I have to be assertive with it. Pull it down to the bottom here. There. Maybe push it backwards. There we go. That's better. When it's light like that, it kind of flies away on you. So we're just going to cut it here. So when the kids were here yesterday, like I said, I'm certainly over the bad part of this cold. But my son has it now, so it's like, oh, please don't give it to me again. Please don't give it to me again. You know what? Let's use some book page down there. I'm just going to put this on sideways. Just going to cut it. Last time I kind of learned that I can put it up and down if I make it the smaller end. So I'm going to tear this way. I'm not sure this is going to make it all the way around, but we'll see. No, it won't, but that's okay. We'll put a little something else on the back. So we'll get some glue on here. And if you have digitals, you could use digitals as well. It's just kind of fun to play with kind of the papers and the items I have at hand. And then I'm going to glue this too. And there's that. And then let's see, what else do I have here that I could use? Oh, will that music paper fit? It will. Okay. I'm just going to put this piece of music paper right here. Like that. So that's kind of fun. So we'll put that on. Great. So we're all covered. Move my bits out of the way. I have a little basket down here by my feet where I actually have two, one for scraps and one for one for scraps and one for garbage. Okay, so I want to turn that a bit. So I guess in terms of length, I just want to make sure the longest side of the small end is going to be shorter than the shortest side of the long end. Okay, so if you look at it, this is the side where the longest, if I'm cutting it on an angle with the angle at the top here, this is the long side of the short end, and this is the short side of the long end of the pocket, the longest pocket. So as long as this is shorter than that, then we're golden. And you can take a sharper angle if you want. Totally up to you. So I would put it on like that. You could put them both going the same way, like with the same angle, if you wanted as well. Totally up to you. I just like having them, I like the juxtaposition of the angles going two different ways. Let's see, where's that piece of fabric? Now, this is Tim Holtz fabric. I love that this has this number on here. And I don't need it to be quite so tall. So I'll just cut that off. And I'm just gonna put a bit of glue on here. And set my fabric on like that. Perfect. Just making sure I don't have big wrinkles in there. And then from the back, I can see how high up I need to go based on where the fabric is. And a rough approximation of how wide I need to make my glue path. So there we go. Pull that over, pull that over. Really cute. So there we have it. We have, and it's quite busy, but what's neat about that is that's why I think you need to put a little bit of decorating on. So let's do that next. I think that would be fun. So I've done some fussy cutting. No, I have these two. Those sort of might look really nice back there too. See, lots of fussy cutting. I've got some tabs. That might be fun too. And I've got lots of labels in here that I have cut out. So I'm going to set that there for now. Just a second. I seem to remember I had a really pretty, oh, this is so pretty. This is one of Heather at Ruby and Pearl XL. This is one of her beautiful ladies. And how pretty would she be? Like right there. And we could just trim off the bottom. I think I want to do that. So I don't need to put glue on all of it. I'll leave about, I was eyeballing it to be about 1.5 inches. Put my glue here. And I just remembered when I was fussy cutting yesterday that I had seen that she was still in the box, in my box of fussy cuts. Yeah, she's from the Reading Ladies, I think it's what it's called. Reading Ladies kit. Anyway, it's one of my favorite kits. I'm just going to cut that off at the bottom. So pretty. Oh my goodness, so pretty. Okay. We will decorate the front down here as well. So what do we want? We can have like a flower. It's kind of fun that this is already here because it's kind of giving us a little bit of a decoration. Ooh, these roses are lovely. So that's Ruby and Pearl, and this is, oh yeah, that's lovely. That's from Rachel at Roxy Creations. Okay, I love it. I think that's going to be beautiful. And then I have a whole bunch of labels. Here's one that's a Tracy label. It's quite muted. I think I printed it a bit dark. That's okay. Oh, I like this green. Let's see. Yeah, I like it being about there. So let me try and remember that's where it is. I think it was about here. I'm leaning into wearing green today. I'm filming this on St. Patrick's Day. It will film later in the week, but the grandkids are coming again today for supper, and we agreed we were all going to try and wear green for St. Patrick's Day. So it's a really, I mean, the top I have on I wear frequently, but the pants I have on are, they're not nice. Well, let's just say they've lived a life. They're yoga pants that I've had for a long time, and they're green. And I said to Mr. Journal Adventures that I feel like I'm wearing pajamas today, but anyway, what's nice is you could put a little bit of paper there and write on it, or you could put a photo or something. And if you're putting this in as a flip, then you could decorate the back as well. I'm not going to do that, only because I'm not 100% sure that that's what I'm going to do. Use it as a flip, that is. Let's see. Instead of putting another label there, I think I'm going to put a little bit of washi. So I have some, this is some William Morris washi. And I think it might be kind of nice. I just stick that off to the side to put some, normally I run the glue stick behind that. This one's very, very sticky, so, but I think it might be kind of fun to set it just up here, so we'll see it in part like that. And then when I have a tag, let me see, do I have any tags here? Usually I have some that are somewhat ready, or so we would put a tag in here. Easier said than done. And then we would put a tag or journal card in there, like that. Just move it over there so we can still see that beautiful lady. And I think I'll put one of these tabs just over here. I think that'll look nice. So we've got that done. And then I'm going to just move or do the one on the music paper as well. Like so. Excellent. Oh, I love it. Isn't that sweet? I really love that. Okay, let's set this here. Now let's look at our music paper. One, and let's see, do I have another one of those pretty images that I haven't used? Oh, I do. I seriously did not know I had this, so there you go. This beautiful lady. I think this is from Mrs. Cog, and I think this is Yellow in the Garden. Let's see, how's that going to work? Oh, we're going to chop her head off. So I'm going to cut off, take liberties with this beautiful painting, and I'm going to just cut off closer to the top, just to see if we can get a little bit more of her. Oh, that's nice. Yeah. And the other thing I could do, I could just tear around the top a little bit on that angle so that I could get a little bit more of it in there. So let's just see. Don't think I want to take the tree away, but oh, that's lovely. I think that's very, very pretty. Okay. We'll glue that down. And we'll be cooking here. Whoops. Yeah. Really pretty. Oh my goodness. Just lovely. Okay. So we have that. Put another flower at the bottom. I'm a big fan of those, although I think so that would be a little more subtle. Let's see, I mean, yellow would be gorgeous, but I just, ooh, oh, blue, yes. Blue, yes. Okay, that's going to go there. Really nice. Okay, let's grab a big label. Put that one there. I think too much green. Yeah, I like that one. So we'll put that one there as well. Just glue it on. And we'll be cooking. Yes, I mentioned recently I'm looking at starting a couple of document journals. I just love those tall journals. I haven't made very many of them, but there's just so many people doing such pretty digis with them. I have some from Rachel. I have some from Rachel at Roxy Creations and Nicola at the Paper Cameo. Tracy has a few, I believe. You know what? I feel like that's super crooked, that label. It's hard to tell when you've got that angle going there. But I think it's quite crooked. So in order to make it look less crooked, a little trick. I've showed this sort of thing before. I'm just going to take a bit of washi and I'm going to, this end that I think is up a little bit, I'm just going to cover it so that it looks a little, it's a little bit wonky, and it just makes it look okay that that might be on an angle. If you buy what I'm selling. So yeah, I think that's really pretty. And I'm just going to put this tab on as well. Set it closer to the top because there's a little more empty space there. I didn't want it to encroach on this flower. So do we want a little something? Got this little tiny label here. Do I want that there? Don't think so. I think it draws too much attention, but a small label might be good. Like that. Okay. Or there, off to that side, just to give your eye interest, a little more interest on both sides. Yeah, I will decorate the back if I decide to make the whole unit a flip. But I really love that. Okay. So, put these back in. Move some of my fussy cuts out of the way. And I'll just check how I'm doing for time and whatnot. And there we go. Let's see, so we have these two. Oh, I think they're really, really pretty. And in terms of tags, oh, I have some of these. Wow, that's way big. Nope, that's good. We'll just stick that out of the top. And another one of these Tracy tags down here, like that. So those are our little flips. Actually, I think I would prefer something thinner if I had it. I don't think I do. I'm going to leave that blank for now. Just, we don't want to cover that beautiful lady. So those are our one envelope wonders, number 7. And sorry, I'm just standing up to see the time. And this is the one we did with the paper bag, the cover. And this is one we did with a sheet of music paper. So like I said, you won't be disoriented by things going sideways, but you might be if it's upside down. So that's why I use the paper on its side, the pattern on its side, rather than as it's intended, up and down. Okay, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Take care, everyone. Bye.